become so quiet all of a sudden. Freeze. The cameras, the only camera is actually here, so only me, but I can change a little. So we are live here at Amsterdam on YouTube and Facebook. I hope the stream is still there because the network is a little bit, and also I accidentally downloaded a beta version, so I hope the stream went very smooth. This beta version is actually one of the most requested feature from our user, which is the save setting, which you just requested again. Like save all the settings that you have done before, so you don't need to configure everything again. The overlay, the multi-view and everything, it'll be saved. It's currently, today in beta, 2 hours ago, so I hope the stream works fine since it's a beta and the network we use, it's not a standard Wi-Fi. And first and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Eddie and to Project Help for sponsoring this space, letting us use the space, and for all the arrangements. And a big shout out and thank you. And really appreciate that. And what I also would like to do, okay, let's maybe switch to this view. Oh, without a background. And I do have a little bit of slides, a bit of introduction about this event. So this is one destination of our global tour of user meetups. And today we have, as you can see from here, we have some awesome speakers. Where should be standing? Where's the best? Wow, my God. Okay. So good, look good. And we have awesome speakers, and appreciate everyone's time to spend all the way here from local or from other countries. So again, three of you are from another country. So really appreciate that. And Mimo, Tunay, and PhotoJoseph, and thank you, and other speakers. Thank you for that as well. And for those of you who don't know, who are not familiar, my name is Frank. I'm right now basically the face of YoloLiv, and it's also an honor for me, myself, to be here and to host this event and to be live, to present this for our company. So, the Global User Tour, as you can see, it's somehow our appreciation for the early adopters who use our products and technology, and we think you guys are the pioneers, and together I think we can shape this videography future, which aligns with our company mission is to make pro video accessible. So everyone could create, like me, I don't have a production background, but I can produce a relatively professional live stream easily without much hustle. I can easily stream today. It's also a spontaneous live stream. I spend less than 10 minutes to set this whole thing up, connect a computer, create the layouts. I don't have production background at all. So this is our company mission as well, to make pro video accessible. So everyone, beginners, sometimes the amateurs, all can do a professional, like those people who are in the industry for a long time. So, and also another goal for this meetup is also for people to network, to know each other, who are also in videography, who are also using YoloBox or other gears, and so to share, to let us to hear each other's story, and also hopefully to inspire each other somehow. So it's the very few stops of this tour. It's actually the last stop of this tour so far. So we have been to Asia, Bangkok in August, and from last week we were in Poland, in Germany, and today we are here in Netherlands and Amsterdam. So it's really nice to be here, and also we have a booth for those of you who are not familiar about IBC yet. So we are here every September to showcase our latest new technology and products, which in this year, it's not that new. Someone, if you are online on Facebook, you might already be super familiar with. So the Extreme, which released in this April, and we are still add new features, but right now it's at very, I think it's at its prime time. And the YOLO Cam, we redesigned like the industry-wise. It looks different. The Micro Four Thirds camera with the interchangeable lens and autofocus, 4K, 60. A lot of it's been there showcased in a few events already. And this is actually quite new. It was released domestically from 2 weeks ago in China. It has achieved instant success for its direct video quality. It's a webcam, but it delivers really high quality that it can somehow compare with some DSLR or mirrorless camera quality. So it's a camera built for live streaming, for creators in most cases, or esports or podcasts for home studios. And one of the most important invention for the IBC, I think, or relevant to our current YoloBox users, probably this PTZ cameras for wireless connection, for building battery, and for the zoom, the optical zoom that everybody wants. So this is a YOLO Cam. It's also called YOLO Cam by the way. All three cameras are all called YOLO Cam, but with a different model name. So this is called S3, this is called S7, and this is called P7. So S somehow means streaming, and P is like PTZ somehow. So this is how we name them. I hope that makes sense. I somehow like kind of I'm not like buying this naming, but anyway, this is what it is. So this is the PTZ. Hopefully we can see it in 2 months. I'm not so sure. I cannot guarantee. We want to make it high quality as possible, so stable as possible, to work flawlessly with the YoloBox as possible. So this is P7, and YoloCam we have been selling slowly, and also we will release its own Micro Four Thirds lens as well. And for the S3, we will be releasing in 2 weeks, and hopefully we will see some nice feedback global as well. Next slide. So you all know our products, but I have never done this, which is a little bit a company introduction. So we are a tech startup in streaming hardware, and we are based in Hangzhou, China, which is a city close to Shanghai, with like a 45 train ride. And it's the headquarters city for Alibaba and DeepSeek, if you are familiar with, and it's a technology-oriented city. And we have about 150 employees, and like I said, half of our colleagues are in the engineering department. We are not like a traditional film gear or videographer companies are like more than half are the sales and marketing. But as you see, the technology we build is different. Like we are like really being the innovator of this space. We want to do something different instead of doing something that everyone else is doing. I don't want to mention like there's you see 10, 20 lights company, microphone company, and a lot of but in our niche, it's like really one of its kind. This is what we are doing here. So company, and again, it's we are established, or we are known by this space or industry for the streaming box, all-in-one streaming box, and the product line is complete, I would say, or successful. And what we are right now adding is the camera or streaming camera, from streaming camera to from streaming box to streaming camera. So these are the 3 cameras here. And we trying to build this ecosystem for our users to have this whole solution for their scenario. So how we are doing globally? Basically, I think we covered most of the countries and regions, and we have more than 500 regional retailers like in Netherlands, we have a Camera Express, Camera Nu, and I don't know if you have a Tom here, and also some. Basically, we covered most of the established audio video retailers. And these are some of the flags, and these are some of the reseller logos here. And which one's the Netherlands? I haven't been able to find it. Where? Oh, yeah, I found it. It's over here. So, yes, basically. And what I have never mentioned, like we are doing pretty good domestically. These are the customer portfolio in China. I guess you may also know some of the logos here, which are probably Alibaba. And what else? Do you know? Hisense, Higher, yeah. Oh, I'm surprised you guys know these.
I know Higher. Yes, really good. Yeah, sure.
Really? What else? Tencent. You know Tencent? Oh yeah, BYD should be. Oh, Huawei, yeah, Huawei. Yeah. Basically, we have the top companies from all the industry. They are our customers. It's whether the software or the hardware or the whole service. Basically, for example, in BYD's new car launch event, we basically do everything for them. The hardware, the software, the back end page kind of thing. Also the production, we have to do this for all their events. And also they are the top banks and the real estate company and the top universities are our clients domestically. And okay, that's it. Basically, thank you again for coming. I hope you have a good time here. And you know, China is like the Chinese are famous for the hospitality. So if you ever get a chance to visit China, visit Hangzhou, we'd be very happy to show you around our city, to have a company tour, to take you to some restaurants to try out. So thanks again. This is a very quick introduction. And then we will get this whole thing, which is the schedule. So we'll have our guests and speakers. Are you guys ready? Oh, I can. Okay. Wow. Okay. So should I switch to? Maybe we can just maybe I can put my computer display in front of us since we have this only camera. I can take the chair we stand here. So for Joseph's part, we'll have a chat basically with just without a theme, but I'll ask some questions. Yeah, I'm not sure how it can. Yeah, it's also a spontaneous live. I want to be like a casual, like to show how like you can stream really from anywhere.
Can plug like that?
Yeah. There's a. It's down here. Okay. Oh, perfect.
Plug like that, and you can put it in the front of the camera.
Oh, is it like this?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wait, you're not done.
Okay.
Done. Okay. And
I hope it's okay. Let's adjust a little bit. So for people who are watching on YouTube, ask any questions for PhotoJoseph. Or we also take a chair. Oh,
well, too low.
Can you? Okay, can we lower a little bit? Or you prefer? Okay, yeah, even more random. Samuel, what's up? Welcome. So is it okay? We should be in this shot maybe. And what else? Yeah.
I will try to find you. Okay, cool.
Yeah, find us.
My job.
the cameraman today. The smallest camera that you've ever. Okay.
Yeah, like that.
That's your. Thanks. So also feel free to ask questions. The PhotoJoseph on YouTube, like I bet, especially for YoloBox users, you must have watched the Joseph's videos. So feel free to ask. Basically, I'll do some rendered interview. So okay.
Perfect.
So for those, just tell us who you are. For those who
okay. So I'm PhotoJoseph. I'm a YouTuber, filmmaker, photographer, educator. I've been on YouTube for quite a while now. Recently passed 100K. Yay. Finally.
Yeah, milestone.
Yeah, big milestone. Took a little while to get there.
I hope someday when YoloLiv has reached a milestone, maybe I don't like the sales volume-wise or like how many YoloBox sold, like with a good number, then we can do an event in China. We can invite some of the creators and the users someday. Like when we have the milestone, I hope
perfect.
I hope you are one of them.
I'll be
there in our city.
Absolutely.
Hey, continue your introduction.
Well, that's me. I'm an American, but I live in Slovenia. I live here in Europe, and lived here for about 2 years now. And actually used to live here in Amsterdam, so it's kind of fun to come back here. Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
I remember our bike ride 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah, I didn't come last year. Yeah, 2 years ago. That was fun. Yeah,
it was really
Aaron.
fun.
Yeah.
We even come across some accident. You remember?
That wasn't fun.
That was okay. And also maybe share your story about YoloBox. What's your YoloBox story as a creator?
Sure.
Collaboration.
Gosh, I mean, I started, my whole YouTube career started with live streaming. And this predates YoloBox, predates the ATEM Mini, predates all of that. I was live streaming with the big production ATEMs that cost thousands of dollars because that's all that existed if you wanted to have more than 2 cameras going into an OBS system. And eventually, of course, you know, the ATEM Mini came out, which was a total revolution in the industry. And then shortly after that, the YoloBox came out. And I had done a bunch of stuff on YouTube about the ATEMs, and that kind of blew up my popularity on that. And then Frank reached out to me in the very beginning, sent me probably the very, very first box,
yes.
Which, you know, worked sometimes. The very first box was a little rough in the beginning.
Don't worry. No pressure. No pressure.
But it's been fun over the years to see how much it's evolved. Not only has the hardware gotten more capable and better, more reliable, and just overall a better experience, the software has gotten really, really good. You know, now on the new YoloBox Extreme, the software is top notch. It feels like working on your phone now instead of on some other operating system. It's a really nice experience. Yeah, so I've been using it. I use all the different live streaming boxes, use all different hardware, and it's fun to see how unique this box is and how it sits in the environment of what's out there. You know, comparing with the ATEMs, with Rode, and everything else that's out there. It's been great to see the trajectory of it, and it's a very, very cool box.
Yes, I also, like, we admit, like, back then, like, the YoloBox, they call OG, YoloBox OG, is not a perfect device,
of course.
but it's
nothing was when it started.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
I have a really early ATEM, not before the minis, the big ones.
Right.
And that thing was like, what the heck's going on here? No, it starts rough.
Yeah, and I think one thing I want to or a fun fact I'd like to share. You remember how many emails that we wrote to each other before the first YoloBox review was
a lot.
That was like you try to deep dive it, then you ask questions, 10 questions about the feature, like, oh, why does this not work? Or then it's like we should like write email to each other more than a year.
Probably.
Then with the Pro came out, then you decide to, I'd rather to make it a review for the Pro.
Right. I didn't want to do a video on the first one. Right. Yeah, because my channel is not a review channel. It's more a how-to channel. And so if I don't think a product is good, or I don't think it's capable, or I find too many bugs, I don't want to do a video on it. I don't want to do a video where I say, this thing doesn't work. That's just not who I am. It's not my channel. I want to do a video that says, this is how it works, and this is what you can do with it. And yeah, every time I'd have 5 questions, he'd come back with 5 bugs and be like, well, okay, now we got to work on this. And so yeah, it took a while. It did take a while before we got there.
It's actually the process of getting feedback from different perspectives. Right. And I also share all the bugs to our colleagues who were sitting there today. Like this is an important YouTuber, and this is what he have come across the issues. So please help them fix as soon as possible, kind of thing. And especially like this year, the YOLO Camp, and he's our product manager for the cameras, I share like your question to him, and he gave me responses.
I'm also really good at finding bugs, or I
Yes,
should say,
yeah.
bugs find me. Bugs love me. They love me. Someone gives me a product, I'm like, it's broken. No, it's not. Oh yeah, you're right. You broke it. I break everything. I don't know how, but yeah. So I always find, you want to find bugs with your product? Give me a copy. I'll find a bug.
Yeah. That's really a fun fact, and actually I also use my experience for writing emails to you as an example to tell my colleagues this is how to work with you creators, like how closely to work with them to get them feedback and to get them really involved.
Right.
Not just make a video and okay, I send me free sample, I made a video for you, but rather a process that you can help us like improve and we are like share our philosophy, why we design this feature like this way, why this is not a bug, we design like this way or something. So it's really a fun fact I'd like to share, and it's our internal process. So
I want to say, as a creator, it's really important to me to be able to work with a company. I get products, all the time. Stuff shows up that people want me to do a video on, a review on, or check it out, and a lot of times the companies aren't involved. Like I'll say, oh, I found this problem. They say, okay, thank you very much. We'll let the engineers know, and that's the last I hear from them. And the problem doesn't get fixed. They don't care. They just want to get the product out there, and they want people to show it off, and they hope that we won't find the problems with it. But that's not the case with YoloLiv. We go back and forth, and when I find problems, you are eager to work with them, or I find improvements or things that could be done better, and we work on them, and that's great to have that relationship. It's very cool.
Yeah, same for us. And it's also a learning experience, really. For me, like dealing with the creators like you has been like may at least make me more knowledgeable, I would say. The question sometimes you ask, I have to find my answer, find the answer myself first. Right. Then this is like I said, we don't have a production background, and it's for me like to learn technical side. It's also helps me to be when I'm in the sales, in the marketing, when I'm not more knowledgeable in the tech aspect, it gives me the advantage somehow. So really appreciate that. And so for those of you who have any question, feel free to ask anytime. And also for those who are watching from YouTube, feel free to, we are live on YoloLiv's channel on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure to ask your questions. Let me see if I have an issue. Oh, there are bug reports more, and when we and feature requests. See, okay, see if we can. Okay, specifically, I want to answer this question for the heavy, extreme users. They want to have this XML file system. I guess you requested it last year, actually.
I'm the one that is always insisting on that.
So. Awesome.
Since last year.
And it's been, actually today, we have two good news. One is about a save setting. That's the message I got from my colleague. It's been uploaded, it's been pushed to some of our beta users. And the other is about XML. So they finally, the engineering, and we have the prototype done today. And the next stage is the engineering process. So for this XML, yes, and if you have more questions, just let us know.
Yeah, the XML file is a big deal. For those who don't know what that means or why that's important, if you're doing a live show and you're switching between multiple cameras and you want to reuse that live show later, if you've recorded all the ISOs, all the isolated streams, I hope he's okay, all the isolated streams from all the different cameras, and you want to re-edit the show, you have to start from scratch. So if you went from camera 1 to 2 to 3 and you should have gone from 1 to 3 to 2, you now have to start all over again. But the XML file gives you all those camera decisions that you made during the live show in a text file that opens up in your editor in Resolve or Premiere or Final Cut. And then you can go in and just change that one thing. Or I switched a little bit too late, move that a little bit early. Switch to the wrong camera, change that. And you can make your corrections within a few minutes and re-upload a corrected file as opposed to having to start from scratch. So it's a huge, huge desire.
Mm-hmm. And also, actually, my personal curiosity, I'm curious, have you ever be upset or not happy, why I have to receive your products, I have to do the bugs finding kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, I often think I should charge companies more when they send me products that are finished, that aren't finished, because I keep finding bugs.
Yeah, I was always like, sometimes I was worried, like since the past, you are very like a rigid testing every aspect. And so,
because, well, let me address that and I'll explain why. Because I beat on them and I'm really determined to get it right because it's my reputation on the line. Right? If I do a video that says, hey, this product's really cool, it does this, this, and this, and I just read the spec sheet that said it does this, this, and this, I didn't actually do it, and then my viewers buy the product, they spend thousands of dollars, and then they go, hey, PhotoJoseph, you said it did this, and it doesn't. How did you miss that? I'm like, really? And I go and I try it, it actually doesn't do it. Well, I just lied to people, I look like an idiot, my reputation goes down the drain, so it's important to me, if I'm gonna say something, that I've actually tried it out.
Right.
There are times where I'll say, according to the specs, according to the company it does this, I haven't tried it, because I can't always do everything. But as much as I can, I will beat on it, and I want to make sure it works, and it works reliably.
Yeah, and the very recent example is just in case, the PhotoJoseph has recently made a 4K video. I think it's really the best 4K video that talks about the YoloBox Extreme's 4K capability. And I can't remember how many emails you asked me and how many, like, we go back and forth.
It had to be 100 emails back and forth. Yeah.
To explain what exactly the 4K, what's the up limit, what's the max capability for separate recording for streaming at 4K 60. Because like you said, there are so many variables.
So many variables, yeah. Because it's a software-driven device, it's not just hardware where it has this many inputs, it can do this much, and that's the end of the discussion. This is very much the question of what you can do with it is very much it depends kind of an answer. And it's very hard to just put that onto a list and say, these are the things you can do.
Yeah.
So that's why we did this video. So we could at least tip the iceberg and show people, look, this is some of what you can do. Here's where it breaks, here's where it keeps working, and take it from there. It's at least a lot of that information that they need to get started.
Yeah. And for those who have not watched that 4K deep dive video, make sure to watch it. Like, it's really, really good, and it's all the real tests. Yeah, based on real tests.
It's not the most exciting video,
yeah,
but it is 25 minutes of very important stuff.
Yeah. And we really appreciate it, not just this video, and also you remember the YoloBox Pro video, which also has more than 100,000 views, which is 49, I guess, minutes long.
Yeah, that one was really long. That was the deep dive into everything. Here's every feature, here's how everything works. And then I think the next day you released a software update and that video was obsolete. Yeah.
And but that was a classic. The classic remains, so don't worry. And that's also another reason. I thought that's 100,000 people have watched your video, and I guess most of our YoloBox users knows you. So I have to ask you to join us, to be here. So
I think this guy watched it 10,000 times. So that might be some of the views.
Yeah. I can say how I'm grateful for that content, and also because of like I said, our users, a lot of they have not that much experience. Some of our users, so your videos definitely help them. Like I want to live stream my cooking class. I want to live stream my fitness or yoga classes, but I want to find the easiest to use live streaming gear. So they find a video, but they don't know. They find YoloBox, but there's no tutorials. We admit this is a little bit since we are in China and we don't have a good in-house capabilities to deliver those exceptional production quality kind of. So these kind of videos really help them. So I guess it's we basically put it also about YoloBox from zero finish. So thanks again, and we can take some questions if any of you have one, whenever you have one. And we start to get that. This is I love 4K recording because
that's a biggie. Being able to cut vertical clips out. Really low quality. No, that's huge.
Yeah, to repurpose it. And actually, for 4K capability, it's actually, there's a debate. 4K is it's not that necessary. I don't use 4K, or 90%, but at least it's not here yet. Well, what's your take on this?
I've been talking about 4K streaming for a lot of things, of course, right? It's not necessary for a lot of just talking head video. It doesn't really matter, but what's happening is so much more detail. If absolutely should be 4K. If it's just to Aaron Smith's point here, that's 2160 tall. You can take 1920 crop out of that for 1920 vertical. Right, so it's big difference.
That's also actually they want to stream like horizontally at 4K. Then the concerts when they use to record the music in and to repurpose for vertical social. Another question is like if you like all the features you have tested, what is your favorite?
It works really well. It's easy to set up and use. I have a new video now on that's the next YoloLiv video. It's really off to a great start, and a lot of people are interested in replay.
Yeah, it's also actually
overall.
Yeah, overall comparative. Yes, sports.
Sports or just sports in general?
Like school, college.
Yeah. Okay.
High school sport is the biggest in sport.
It's big.
The multi-camera replay. I would say like that single feature help us sell like a 21. That's why they spend $2,000 or euro for. It's for that. We can also talk about or like. I think I'm pretty much as.
I just want to say I've always loved your videos.
Oh, thank you very much.
I subscribe to you like when I.
Yeah, I'm a fan too.
You guys see me on the show floor? Say hi.
Yeah.
Anybody out there? If you come to IBC, find me. Say hello.
Oh. What's that? Oh, Mimo, your time. Oh, maybe should I do this one for you? Oh, presentation. Wait a second. Sorry.
Wait a second.
Huh? Let's see. Okay. Okay.
Okay. For many years, I've searched for. I start with Blackmagic, but it's never mobile. There's adapters, everything, and you're not mobile. You need a full car to. And one time, I think. So with how they present the. First, YOLO. Aaron helped me a lot with the information I took from, and I found it so easy. It was very easy, not only just a phone. And you can put text to do the traditional work. Yes, mobile. Kind of mobile, yes. You need a lot of monitors, computers. I was to do a live show, and took too much. It's more expensive then, yeah. You find you spend more time to set up your. Most of my customers was churches who they want to go on the have rooms. Most of the churches don't have extra large rooms for technical place. And I searched it, and okay, it was easy. With the extreme, I don't need nothing else. I need a power bank with me. And I can go live streaming easy with 3 cameras. Of course, with the NDI, what can I say, it's much more easy. You have less cable source and you don't need cables. You can use any guest phone in live streaming, and that is very easy. And this is because for my customers, and I tried the first one, the I stay to extreme. If it doesn't come, nothing else on the market. I will upgrade also for the customers. In the same time, I received my extreme at home, and I get home, I unpack the YoloBox extreme, and I need it. Nothing else. No setting up. In 5 minutes, I was done. I put, I don't know if many people I present on the fourth camera with the Holy Land mobile, and I don't read all of this. I will let you, but what I'm reading about my experience with the product. Better than this one. I'm sure I will find the old style equipment, maybe a little bit upable, and easy to do it. To it, good internet. I use, as it was this with, and was so smooth the live stream, I couldn't believe. And help you. Before was the on the Pro, you have the slot for the or Wi-Fi to the phone. I think it was a modem from inside. But now the upgrade amazing. Help, I think, a lot of which is in media. You keep your customer satisfied because you give one of the best products in the market now. The help with the multicam switching is very easy, and if you have all the equipment on tripod, you can see it's easy. You don't have to sweat to do a live transmission. Just press a button too, and you switch the cameras and. As I said, the YoloBox as this look make you easy. We don't need a large room to two cameras maybe, and you are on. And with this new updates, you have to go from the beginning on the next streamline. And today give me a good news. Help a lot of time, yes. Did me with the last my stream for a church. I was, and many of them they had baptisms or something like that, and they wanted fast to find someone who can do live streaming. It's in German, and I have to a little bit to change. It's not my main language. I think here, okay. With the graphics and overlays, the text make you much. For an event with the extreme, it's very easy to go in. Before you need an extra computer, you need a chroma key maybe, or this one. What I want to thank you, I want to thank to all the team for the effort, happy and to be satisfied for the product. As the colleague before the port key, I tried to call them because the display didn't work. But in the meanwhile, when I talked with Frank, everybody from the IT, they try to find better solution for every customer. And that's why today, thank you, is Austrian chocolate. I think this is one of the best chocolate in Austria. A big thank you for what they do for me as a customer. I don't know how to thank you.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
So sweet.
Yes. Oh, and somebody's missing from here. And, who support me into buying extreme. It's for Tia, okay? Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Okay. So before we come to the next speaker, who is the next speaker?
I hope everybody likes.
People saying the live stream free, 1,000 1020. We are live again. I hope it's good. So, do we have your slides here on my computer? Or
Okay.
do you have a slide? No, no slide. Okay, it's okay. Then it's all you.
Okay. How much time do I get?
As long as you want.
Oh, wait. On the microphone.
Yeah, sure.
Not open.
Maybe like this. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tunay Hasan. I'm a wedding videographer and also photographer. We do weddings since 2013, I guess. We are based in Belgium, and yeah, not far away from here. As you may know, YoloBox was one of the main products that really changed everything for us. So mainly because of that, I think Josh, Frank invited us. We were one of the first users actually of the YoloBox, the original one, the OG. When it came out, we were using ATEM minis, PCs to do some configurations. If you guys remember the first ATEM that came out, 4 inputs, nothing special, no SSDs and stuff. That's where we started doing live shows, and we were actually one of the first doing that in our community. And doing live was pretty hard, like really hard. You have to bring your internet connection with you. Some kind of box that has 3G connection, hopefully. If I remember that correctly, there was no 4G by that time. So 3G is what you get. And you don't get it like a good signal quality everywhere, you know. With the ATEM minis, transmissions, transmitters that can only transmit some kind of bandwidth acceptable, but with that compression, with the compression of the OBS and everything, what do you get? Like something really 720 max top, because you remember Facebook still does HD, still not 4K, even though we do have the extreme, even the ultra does 4K streaming right now, but I don't understand why Facebook's not still updating that. But I'm trying to explain what was before so you can understand how hard was it to set up the whole thing, especially when you are doing multi-camera shows, because I call it a show even though it's a wedding. We do weddings. But the thing is, shows and weddings are live events. And whatever you do live, you get only one chance. You have no room for errors. You don't get any second chances. So audio must be good, video quality must be good, and when you change, when you do the swapping, when you go from camera A to camera B and C, you gotta know that camera B has this angle, and you can clearly see him, that he got the shot, and you can quickly change to him by using some, what was the names? Something like a solid cam to speak with the camera operators. You can guide the second operator and tell him what to do, but you must be able to see what he does. So having a multiple screen, like a multi-view, built in a tablet size product, well, that was not available with, I don't know if I'm even allowed to say that, with ATEM switchers. I mean, the first generation, there were only one HDMI out, which was not even configurable to multi-view. It was only the program view. So if you wanna really see all cameras simultaneously, you need to have one of these splitters that you split one channel coming to HDMI 1 and then you get it to another one. It was a nightmare. It was a real nightmare. We did it, we done it. And when I saw for the first time the original YoloBox. I thought, okay, so is that a tablet or some kind of, no, it's a switcher, it's a recorder, it's a good monitor, even though I don't know where Frank is, I don't see him. Let's be honest, the first one wasn't that good, but as Joseph said, not everything comes out perfect at first try. I mean, we still use one of those first products. I even brought the Mini with me. I always keep one Mini with me. Quickly with a DJI Osmo and a one Mini, you can go really far with this. And you still have one HDMI that you can connect something else to it. And when we first tried the OG, the YoloBox, the original YoloBox, I remember there was some feature that was not, you were not able to change it. And that's the streaming quality. I think there was only CBR, VBR, and constant quality options, but you were not able to pick the bitrate that you want with what bitrate to stream. So that, with the Pro version, changed a lot. With the with the updates that came, let you choose like precisely what is your bandwidth. I don't remember if there was also a speed test before. I think there wasn't a speed test. I don't remember doing any speed test before. But after that, with the Pro version, actually, as Mimo said, I have also used every YoloBox product. OG, Pro, the Ultra, and the Extreme. And with the ability to do 4K, like multi-camera 4K. Tell me one ATEM Mini that can do that. No, I'm really sorry if someone from Blackmagic is watching, but I gotta say that there is no ATEM Mini that can do 4K. There is no any other switcher in the world that can currently mix 4K footage. And I don't only mean 4K 30 or 25 since we live in Europe, but it does also 60. We have the big models from Blackmagic, like what was their name? The Constellations 4K that came out. They recently came out with something else, but yeah, that's, well, I, as a wedding videographer, love using that thing. I'm not here to make a marketing or something to push you all guys buy something, some product or something. But I want to really share my experience as a 12 years now, a wedding videographer that works with a crew and really needs simple stuff. If you have shot weddings, you know what I mean. It's a big stress. Nobody knows what you're doing, but still you have to do the best. Especially now with the Z generation. They expect everything to be delivered right away. There is no such a thing like, you can deliver the photos in 1 month or the video after, I don't know. No, you get home, you have to send the photos. You get home, you have to make at least a highlight of a reel or something that you need to upload right away to Instagram. Why? Because that generation wants things done now, instantly. Like, not tomorrow, yesterday if possible.
Before the wedding.
Before the wedding. And we do that, we call it pre-wedding shoot. we do that. When you arrive at a venue, you might get like 5 to 10 minutes. There is the musician that is getting ready. There is the venue guys that prepare everything, if it's not already prepared. And you arrive last, because you went to shoot something somewhere with the couple, or maybe you did some interviews with the parents or with the guests. So when you arrive, you have no time. You have like 5 to 10 minutes to set everything up. And if you are going to stream it, because you have to, since COVID, if you remember COVID, it was a long time ago, but since I remember it like yesterday, it hit hard, but it brought something else. COVID brought live streaming to life. Because of COVID, we adapted to something new. Before, we were doing everything home after the whole production and delivering in USBs or something, but not anymore. We still do that because we need 4K. But people have relevance. They have family abroad. They want to watch the thing happening instantly, like live. That's where simplicity comes. And with simplicity means YoloBox or any other, I can say, streaming device. But with the options that you get, even with the smallest, the mini, even with the Pro, you can do a lot. You can do a lot, and it takes only 5 minutes. It boots up so fast. You just have to put 1 or 2 transmitters, because nobody uses standard cameras like here, and everything connected via HDMI. No, you use wireless transmissions. A transmitter that can go directly here, and what do? We have something like a skeleton that we attach 2 or 3 transmitters, and they are already attached to the camera. So when we get inside of the venue, we are ready to go. We just swap V-mounts. We use V-mounts, easier. We just swap V-mount battery, and good to go. You just have to plug or get the transmission from the musicians, so you can get a cleaner audio, and that's all. And before that, believe me, I had the same thing that Mimo had, the same rack. I still keep it. I still keep it. I spent so much money on that thing. Only the rack itself costs a lot, and with all the monitors and the switchers and everything, it takes a lot to set up. It takes so much work to prepare and set up. Actually, one of my favorite features with the YoloBox is that you can set up your YouTube account, Facebook account, even Twitch if you stream to Twitch. I don't, but it's there. You can just pick to which account or channel you wanna stream, and it's all set. If you have ever tried RTMP, go do that with a PC, where you have to get the stream key, when you need the URL and everything, stream that up, put that up. After that, you need to open. Takes a lot of time. That's what I'm trying to say. Takes a lot of time. But when you have that option, just click, ready, press go live, and you're live, like in 3 to 4 seconds. And also, tell me, how is YoloLiv still doing that? How you are capable to give us that simultaneous streaming to multiple platforms? I thank you for that. It's totally free. It should be paid. Never do it paid. Please don't do it paid.
It costs us $20,000 per month, actually.
Really?
The server cost for multi-streaming.
Well, you didn't heard how much it costs. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. It's totally free for us to use. Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure to be here.
Should we welcome the next speaker, which is
Samuel.
Oh, Samuel. Okay. Did you send? Oh, you use your own computer. Okay. Okay, we can switch. Is the Type-C or direct HDMI?
HDMI.
Oh, then direct business. For sure.
I've prepared a whole speech for you, but it was written with ChatGPT, so
I didn't like it. There you go. It doesn't show here. It does not show here.
Check.
Should we change the cable to? 我别的去点 I can plug in. 有没有 HDMI 线？我 This HDMI is a bit long, so we get a short one. Still that short.
So we maybe need another minute to configure the screen presentation.
This is a bit too long, so. Oh,
yes.
So your computer.
Moment.
We have to do another picture of the picture though. That's you, that's HDMI. 8 HDMI, 7. What's this? The signal's gone again. HDMI. Did you have it? Or maybe use my computer?
No?
No.
Maybe I
Okay,
make duplicate screens.
Just unplug.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. Good. Okay.
It's gone again.
It's
Oh my god. 这个
I'll take it
不
out.
是一下子是有的，一下子就没了，应该不是模式的问题。
Okay. It's good. So I present myself. I'm 56 years old. I work in the advertising industry.
So it's not here.
As we make it without the presentation, it's no problem. I'm going to talk to tell my story. Just maybe me put the camera on. Yes. So I'm working for now nearly 30 years in the advertising industry, and for 19 years at a company from the RTL Group, the largest TV and radio broadcaster in Europe. And but my main job is product strategy and digital advertising. But my passion is video production and photography. And so it was a good company to be within when you have that kind of passion, because you see all the nice stuff every day in front of you. You have all these engineers where you have access to and where you can learn, see over the shoulders. And a long time I was learning from them. And then in 2013, I couldn't hold back. I bought myself the first ATEM television studio from Blackmagic Design in 2013. But as you explained, I had to have a computer for graphics, a computer for video playback, a hyperdeck device to record, networking all together, configure on an external computer the ATEM in itself, and it was stressful because it was a lot of work. And if I had to film and switch an event, I better was there 4 hours in advance to have a chance to set up everything, to test it, and to be ready. Because when you have so many devices, a lot can go wrong. Even if you have prepared at the office and you come there prepared, it was really stressful. Then a few years later, the ATEM minis came out, but the concept and the problem remained the same. You needed so many devices and it was so complex to set up everything. And at the beginning of every event, my adrenaline was already so high. Well, maybe I needed that, but it was really a revelation when I discovered finally YoloLiv's YoloBox, which I bought in 2021, and where I had so many devices before was all in one small tablet and so easy and frictionless. I was just amazed how simple everything became. And I also had a problem on this slide here. I showed that was my setup when I was going to an event because I lost my driving license for a few months because I had a little trouble. So I did everything with public transport. I took my whole material. But if I hadn't had the YoloBox, this wouldn't have been possible because I had always a car fully loaded of material. And since I had the YoloBox, I had 2 Pelican cases, a backpack, and I could take everything on the bus, on the train, and go wherever I want, frictionless. So, now, where was I? Yes. And yeah, that was nice. Also, what amazed me is that I could stream for the first time to multiple destinations without having to pay another service for and to configure everything on my device here. While sometimes you have to go to the service to start it, the streaming, but it's so easy and yeah, my productivity was really on steroids since I had that device. And I even today always use my YoloBox Pro. I didn't switch to the others because I think HD, I mean the broadcast world, HD is really good enough. I stream mainly conferences and events, and nobody never requested 4K. And the thing is, we can have a few thousand viewers, and if you have 4K with a few thousand viewers, you need so much bandwidth that I think my future, at least for the next 4 years, will remain HD. But I understand that if you want to be future-proofed, you better have 4K in the next device that you buy, if you buy a new one. But for right now and the next 3-4 years, at least for me, HD and the YoloBox Pro will be enough. I'm really so happy with it. I also show what I use else so that you can see how a setup can look like. Normally, I try not to have to take care of audio because audio is very important, and I'm a one-man band most of the time. Sometimes I'm part of a big crew who makes TV productions, but that's not normally the case. I prefer to work alone, but then I need a sound which is pre-mixed because sound needs attention. If there are only 2 people speaking, I take my Rode Wireless Go, and in that case I also agree to make the sound, but not more than 2 people. And also take my porta capture, because I also want to have a little bit the noise of the location before the show is going on and when it's finished. Also when I receive the sound from the event, I want to be able to put a little bit of ambient sound when I want to. At the moment I think so. And then the other revelation is PTZ cameras. I mean, 10 years ago, or even 7, 8 years ago, I had many Sony APS-C cameras, which I dispersed all over the room with different lenses and zoom ranges, or even sometimes prime lenses. But that was a lot of setting up, a lot of cabling, and so once I discovered PTZ cameras, pan, tilt, zoom cameras, which I could remote control, that was the next revelation besides the YoloBox, because suddenly my productions looked like I had 20 cameras in the same room, because I could change the focus and zoom in, zoom out, and switch from one camera to the other while the other one was resetting to another view. And yeah, I think also the APS-C cameras, I took them because they have large sensors, but now modern PTZs with these Sony Starvis sensors, they are so sensitive to light that even in very dark rooms, lighting is not a subject anymore. It just works, and that's great. So that's really a killer combination. And normally I use the Holyland Mars to take the presenter's slides remotely from ever. So I position myself wherever I want in the back of the room. I put up my 2 PTZs in different corners, and then I can frame everything from nearly every angle, and I get this presenter's presentation with wirelessly. And then also I put here a little bit grayed out the ATEM Mini Pro ISO. Why? I don't always use it. If I can, I want to stick to the YoloBox as the sole device because simplicity is a strength. But sometimes a customer wants to be able to have the single video streams from each camera, and then I take my ATEM Mini Pro ISO, which has nearly the same width of my YoloBox, and my YoloBox is then on the stand from Aaron Peracki, 3D printed stand, and the ATEM Mini fits right beneath, and the cables are going under the stand from the YoloBox, so everything is clean and lean. And I have then an ISO recording, but now with Extreme and the Ultra, you have also ISO recording, so you don't need it. But with the Pro, that's a killer combination, and I like it. I also take with me most of the time one LED cop light, because sometimes I'm come on the locations and they thought about everything, but the lighting is not good. And then normally what I do, I mix the beam to the roof of above the speakers, and so they have a very smooth lighting without shades, and that's well, yeah, that's little tricks which I learned over time when you have sometimes situations which are not optimal. Then how do I connect to the internet? Because that's also a topic. So the best solution is on the right. It's to get a cable, network Ethernet cable from the location with direct internet connection, not through a firewall. But often it's impossible to get it. And then I do something which I do not recommend, but in Luxembourg, as we have a very, very good 5G network, I do it all the time and it works all the time, but I don't recommend it because it's risky. I use my iPhone 15 to tether and I stream with that. And it works really good, but you have to know what you do, and if it's a very important conference, I will not use that because it would be madness if somebody invests a lot of money in his event. But for small evening events which we stream, I do it all the time. Then my newest addition is Starlink Mini. And while a lot of people were reporting problems with Starlink, with streaming with Starlink, because every 20 minutes or so you can get a satellite switch which gives you a few drop frames, I have to say that for the things which I stream, which are conferences where people are sitting, these few drop frames, you don't notice them, but they are there. You just have to know it. I wouldn't stream sports event with it, but what's really great with Starlink Mini, I've bought a battery which fits in, which becomes part of the device, and which you can charge with USB-C. So I can move my Starlink Mini. I have no cable attached. The power battery is on the device itself, and I have for 4 hours internet connection, and it has an inbuilt Wi-Fi router, and this combo is also ultra flexible, and you can make live events wherever you want because Starlink is everywhere. So that's really, for me, a new killer feature which gives us even more flexibility for those live productions. And then what I recommend, as I work with PTZs and PTZs controllers, everything with power over Ethernet. It reduces the number of cables you need to plug, and you are faster to set up. You have less errors which are possible, and Netgear, they are very good in routing audio video prioritized over the network. And I always make my private network because then all my network configurations are the same. Whatever the configuration of the network I may connect to. That simplifies life a lot. So a small network router, that's a must, in my opinion. Yeah, where do I stream to? Well, often to homepages of organizations, companies, or government institutions, social media, often simultaneously as YoloLiv and enables us to do so. And also, as I work for RTL, we also, I use often to stream to our media websites, so that our TV or radio or website users can participate in live events we stream this way. And I discovered the YoloBox on a personal level, which I used for my freelance work. But then my company saw that, and they bought also a YoloBox, and now even RTL has YoloBoxes and uses it to stream. And I think we are the largest broadcast company in Europe. That means something. It's a reliable device, and at least as for the use I have made of, I never had significant problems with it. I'm very confident to use it, but you have to have practice with it. You have to know what you do, you have to test, and then you can very confidently do really big events with it. And so that's nearly everything. I have a few slides for business cases, but I'm going in too much detail. I don't know, Frank, should I continue with that or?
Maybe in 5 minutes. How about that?
Yeah, okay. So something which we could more talk about, how can you earn money with YoloBoxes? Well, there are a lot of business cases, and I'm voluntarily limiting myself because else I could from the morning to the night do streamings all day. There are huge markets which are available to take on with this kind of services we can do with the YoloBoxes. So for corporate and enterprises, if you have town hall presentations or shareholder meetings, we have to broadcast those and we stream those also live. We also make product presentations and not all customers can come, and then we tell them, okay, but we will live stream and we will also afterwards publish the recording of the live stream. And larger companies who have a lot of subsidiaries, they can do training like that, staff training, so they don't need to fly in all the stuff. But then at RTL also we do live concerts, theater performances, we stream them, not for on television but on the websites. They are for smaller niche audiences, but the future is video advertising, and so we need to multiply our events, and they have to be not too costly to produce, else the advertising will not make up for the costs, and so the YoloBox is perfect for that. But also education, schools, universities, they can offer remote courses with live training and participation for students which are sick or remote. Weddings, as you already told so, but also funerals and large birthdays like the 50th birthday or so, people who cannot participate because families are international, and so they can participate in a remote way. Court hearings for judicial trade shows, exhibitions where you can make presentations which you live stream, like this one maybe. Or sports, that's a really big market. And then if you have new product presentations, sales events, that's also perfect. What I also want to tell, there are also some customers where I make horizontal and vertical production at the same time. That's why I use InStream also in parallel sometimes with the YoloBox Pro, because then I can bill more. I go to the same event, I only have to set up one more camera, and I earn €1,000 on top for doing so. And we can then make TikTok or Facebook or Instagram in vertical, and YouTube horizontal, and the corporate website also horizontal. But so there are many opportunities, and it has never been more easy to tackle into these markets. As with what I also find is that it's very user-friendly. In our company, I have to learn something to use the YoloBox. There is no other device which I know of which people can learn so quickly to use it. Well, you have also to... Okay, so... okay, for that's then everything. Thank you for listening, and...
Thank you. welcome our next guest. So you guys will be separate or together?
We'll stand together and then we'll just trade the bike.
Okay. Your slides are in my computer, so we have to see.
Thank you so much. Oh, there is 2 microphones. Look, check that out.
Where'd you go?
It's almost like we're living in the 2025s.
Crazy. There's any battery in it.
Let me make sure it's that video out. The only video out. Remember, this is the program. So
Otherwise, I could share with you.
good.
Did you in?
Yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
I have levels on both sides.
Here, come on over here. That way the camera can hit us both.
yeah, the camera.
Look at that. See? I smile for the camera.
Oh, it looks like I have levels on both.
It's
Awesome.
actually, yeah, the program is the multi-root, so this is one video.
Actually, I have to go and push the buttons too.
If you want to, do you want to push the buttons?
I can push the
You
buttons.
can start already.
Yeah, you go
Yeah,
over
sure.
there. All
I'm
right.
gonna push the buttons.
Well, thank you everybody so much, especially everybody who shared already. Amazing. I could jump up and just like talk with you for hours on some of the things. We were talking in the car ride over. We've done a lot of wedding events too, but we saw there was some wedding people ahead of us, and I said, oh, but they can have it because the mother of the bride is never my friend. So I'd like to introduce us a little bit. I'm Amanda, and this is Jake, my husband.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're broadcasters, actually. We've done a lot of different events. This is some of our team. DayQ and Linus is often on the YouTube with us. But YouTube has been our fun thing. It's been our side project. It's, you know, we're the nerds in the broadcast team who like to play with all the technical stuff and test the limits of what we can do. And that kind of led to a YouTube channel and side businesses where we do a lot of different kind of technical builds and advising and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
Also
who are you?
because we kept getting the same questions over and over and over again from different houses of worships, companies. It's like, how do I do this? How do I do this? Do you have any tips of how to do this? And it's like, just make videos.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we started, my first uplink was probably way back, my first live streaming was probably in 2007, actually, with a micro satellite and about a TV truck size amount of equipment to upload just to get to the satellite. Forget the cameras and everything else. So broadcasters from the very beginning. Now, who here knows that broadcast is a struggling industry? Right? But it's not a dying industry, and I think that's a mistake that people don't understand. If you look at any kind of business, the invisible hand of capitalism, if you will, or the market hand, tends to favor businesses that are performing better, businesses that are reaching people better. So social media, YouTube, all these things that have come up have challenged a lot of the broadcasters and have caused the broadcasters to have to shift their thinking. All right, let's go to our next slide. So the types of broadcasts that we've done, lots of live events, festivals, TV studio productions. I did sports in Canada for many, many years, events where we had 15, 20,000 people, and my job was always the technical producer. We did different documentaries in Africa, Ukraine, all over the world. But like I said, we've been doing this since 2002 was our first broadcast.
Yeah.
So it's been a long, long time. And the first time Jake did camera for me, he wasn't even out of high school. So that's where we met. But if you go up to the next slide here, just you can see some of the scope of the events. You know, live music, cooking programs, sports, you name it, big concerts. We've done just about every level of broadcasts, all the way to YouTube and weddings. And yeah, we have fun doing it. We do it because we enjoy the technology, we enjoy people, and I think that's the kind of thing that draws us all to this industry, right? We're all a little bit like enjoying the tech. You wouldn't be here at a YoloLiv event if you didn't love tech, right? Toys for grown-ups, that's right. So you're going up to the next slide here. So the history of what we've done as a technician, we've built TV buses, we've built studios, we've built studios for many different companies, churches, all across the world, TV trucks in North America and in Scandinavia. And from that, we've started TV channels. So if you go up to the next slide there. So yeah, this is us. This is 2006, I believe.
Yes,
And yeah, we started a TV channel with this nice gentleman back here who just decided to call us one day and said, "Do you think we could start our own channel?" Guess so. So we got a satellite thing. All we had was computers and a couple of cameras, and this is our first control room that we built literally out of nothing. And from this, I went on to work in sports. So the development of the technology experience has come out of a lot of figuring things out and figuring out the scope of what we do. But at the end of the day, everything that we do is about connecting with people, right? All of the cameras, all of the tech doesn't mean anything unless you can connect a story. And I think going back to my first point, where broadcasters, people say broadcast is dead, I think it's changing. I think that broadcasters understand now more than ever, if they're going to compete with YouTube, they have to have the kind of platform that allows people to engage with them. There was the funeral for Queen Elizabeth. It was a few years ago, just not too long ago. But our national broadcaster in Canada, you know, Canada's part of the English Commonwealth, they had their live stream, their live news stream, and a parallel stream where people could write in and ask questions to the broadcaster. And so the journalists would have subsections where there were commercial breaks on the broadcast, but on the live stream on YouTube, they would be answering questions. Yes, the dignitary that's coming in right now is the King of Sweden, for example, and so and so. And I thought, see, that's right there is where the industry is changing. And it wasn't too long after that we started connecting with YoloLiv. So from our TV channel, if you go up there, Jake.
Also worth to note that down to the left you see the size of the monitors we used to have.
Oh Lord.
Were heavier than the entire kit that we have now.
My back today is still suffering because of those. You know? But yeah, so broadcasters look at this camera back here. I don't know if you guys could see that way back there. That's a 5,000-pound tripod.
Yeah, 3 people to move. Yeah.
And we didn't have chiropractor coverage here at that point in time with the studio. But again, as the industry started to evolve, now this is still a few years ago, this was right before COVID, but people had already started asking for an out-of-the-box solution for broadcast. And when COVID hit, like you guys pointed out, it just accelerated that. We were already on the verge of, we did this event and some other big events, like look how many people are here. We did that out of this box event with just some cameras and a mixer board. I think we have the Black Magic there, but I think we had this one, we had a Ross board.
Yeah, the Ross also, I believe we had that one.
But again, developing an out-of-the-box solution that allowed more micro events, more live events to be present in broadcast. Because again, the thing that draws people in is the story, it's the connection. Live events is the bread and butter for most broadcasters, sports, concerts, and being able to add that connective ability makes all the difference in the world. So,
worth to note too that this is the very, very small solution at the time. Because before then we had a TV bus and you only had so many 100 meters from the parking lot and block off wherever that's going and drill into the building if you had to pull the cables in. Because otherwise you have to disconnect everything and pull it in the building and then connect it again and shut off traffic and everything.
Yeah, and
so,
again, inside this rack we had everything that was our camera gear, and at the very top of the rack was our transmitter. So we could go online and go with it wasn't RTMP at the time, was it? It was
no, it was an Internor system that went
yeah,
from
exactly.
SDI
But we had a dedicated line that would go to the transmitter company. But all this equipment also cost, $200,000 just for the box. right? Dollars. So, you know, again, fast forward to YoloBox. What's our next slide there, Jake? Oh yeah, this is just more of us doing the out of the box solution. So you can see here, this was our next iteration of the box, the CCU remote controls, the camera controls, everything.
But that one had a sliding out keyboard, so that was nice.
Right, and the audio board did not fit in the box, no matter how hard we tried, but and computers attached. But when YoloBox came around, it really opened up the ability for us to do live broadcast in a completely different way. So this is a live hit that we're taking all the way from an event where there's no internet for us, just using, I think, our phone's tethering to get the...
Yeah, I think so. Or this one might
No, this one had an SD card in it.
Yeah.
But either way, and going live to our playout system, our broadcast system, picking it up with an RTMP stream straight into the system.
Yeah, so this actually went to satellite. We just bounced it into our playout system through the RTMP.
And instead of having to have that box, and as a sportscaster, I used to do hits on the field where we would do like a live interview with a coach or something on the sidelines. Yeah. And you'd still have to have a full-size broadcast camera, the antennas set up with a microsatellite to go up to hit the newscaster with the live interview, right?
And a tent to protect everything in case there was a drizzle of rain.
But being able to do it with an SD card, or a SIM card rather, just like game changer.
And also you don't have to pull 32 amp power from the government to get all the approvals to be on a square.
No, exactly.
It has a battery in it, so you just pop up and then you run away.
Didn't have to ask for permission for any of the big things to be there. We didn't have to park a truck there. So for us, it was a game changer, and it allows us to connect again with local events and local people and allow them to have an input. Now this is where Jake's solution here comes in so handy. So this is our broadcasting on the side, live broadcast. This is a 5-hour production that we would do 5 times a month with our channel that we were working with here. And Jake created a substream.
Yes, because we realized that like all other broadcasters, we needed to be on Facebook and the social media at the same time. But there's different rules from broadcasting on satellite to being on Facebook, YouTube, especially regarding music. So if you don't want to have copyright strikes, even though you have all the licenses for satellite, you don't have them for YouTube because they're in America, they don't care. So we had to do a substream. So we take the output from the mainstream, and then we have different graphics and different videos. So as soon as the music comes on, we throw in a different clip saying our regular sending is going to come back as soon as the music is done. And don't forget to go into our website, trying to move them to our website instead.
And when you guys came out with the YoloCast platform, that again created a whole nother way for us, a whole different avenue for us to be able to secure that stream and have better control over it. Again, our viewers too, who are watching us on social media, not necessarily watching us on satellite or cable, suddenly had the ability to comment, and we had the ability to comment right back to them on Facebook. And our broadcasters, like our hosts, our TV hosts, even though they were on air, we could be in communication with them. Somebody's mentioning this. Do you want to mention it online? Should we talk about it here in the chat stream for you? So we would have such an organic connection with our audience, much like I said with the national broadcaster covering the Queen's funeral. Like, it created an ability for you to connect. But I bet you the national broadcaster didn't have YoloBox and probably had to spend a fortune to do that. We didn't have to spend a fortune to do that. We achieved it with you guys.
Also worth to note, the speed of it, you can change graphics in this little system is crazy compared to all the exports you have to do beforehand for all of the guests and then import them to the system. So if there was a surprise guest, it could take you 20 minutes to get the graphics in. It's like, oh no, oh no, oh no. You just panic. But in this case, you just press plus, write the name, go for it.
And this evolved into a whole other generation of us doing substreams. So we had our broadcaster at the office, and Jake was home on parent leave, but was still able to run the substream from home. So we took an opposite RTMP from our live feed in our playout system in our studio and sent it to Jake. And so from home, Jake could receive the RTMP straight into the YOLO. This is the Ultra, right?
This is the Pro, and
This is the Pro.
We ran it through a laptop, and in the next iteration, when you can have the SRT stream, I could link the SRT stream straight into it, so I just walked around with it wirelessly, chasing kids. Don't touch that. Switch. What are you doing? Okay, switch.
Cooking supper.
Switch. So just keeping track of it. So they didn't have to have somebody dedicated in the office for something that I could handle-ish with the kids at the same time.
So, and again, like, this has revolutionized the way that we've done broadcast and even created the path forward for our next big project. So we've left the TV channel that we started way back in 2006. Yep. We've started a Spanish channel, and we're starting another Swedish Scandinavian channel, yep, with the premise of having YoloBox in multiple different locations across the country where people can come together and have kind of like what do you call them? Like a live podcast, like a
like a big collaboration, because they can link into each other, so you can have a main
like
YoloBox.
Joe Rogan, but on broadcast.
But better,
right? Like, not limited just to YouTube. Of course, we'll still use YouTube, but we'll also have it on our own streaming platform.
Which, again, you can, because you can multi-stream, which is great.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
buying 15 extra boxes.
Something else for us, we've worked with some organizations in Canada, and for them to have their conferences, they've started buying YOLO boxes in their different regions so that they could record their conference instead of just having like a chat on Zoom or Teams. They're actually recording so that they can distribute to a wider group what they're talking about in their leadership meetings through the YOLO boxes. So it's been a phenomenal tool for us to reach people, to propagate the stories that need to be told. And
This works.
does the video work?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, this is just a live video of how
Same
what
thing,
we were
but
talking
moving.
about, but just without pictures. It's just live in the background. There's no audio
No,
if it plays.
we'll see. Either way.
Anyway, yeah, so for us, the entire YoloLiv company has been a blessing, like a real blessing. There's been times that Jake, when he first brought YoloBox into us, I said, that's awesome. Can we use it to do this and this? And we tested it. And I remember he had many conversations back with Frank and the team and was like, can you add this? And it just, again, it opened the door for us to be able to scale our broadcasting in ways that we never could or would have had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to achieve with multiple pieces of equipment. And by the way, just so you know, if you haven't worked in broadcast, one company, like if your mixer board is Blackmagic and your cameras are Sony and your intercom is Clearcom, there is no manual for how those are supposed to connect together. They need to connect together, but there's no manual. It's so much better when it's all in one box.
Not only manuals, many times you have to actually build the cable yourself that connects the two machines together, because they don't talk to each other unless you take this cable, splice it open, and
yeah,
plug it in.
you need a proper engineering degree to read the resistor manual to connect your intercom with the old equipment to your cameras, and your cameras to your tally on your mixer board. So, but yeah. That's a little bit of what we do and our experience with YoloBox, and it's been just a phenomenal product for us. I've used just about every product in the broadcast side of the industry, and everyone has different strengths and weaknesses where maybe the product isn't so good, but the support team is. There's some camera producers out there that will never talk to you if your system breaks. Others will send an engineer to you. But the YoloLiv team have been such an incredible cooperative partner, I feel, in what we've been doing. And so we're really grateful for you guys. We're thankful for the opportunity to come and share our experience with YoloBox, all the YOLO boxes.
Yeah, we have in-stream, 2 Pros, Ultra, and Extreme. So.
And right now we have them networked across this new project that we're doing. So it's exciting times. But again, thank you so much for your time. And yeah.
Anyone want to ask questions? Feel free. Can I ask one, actually?
Yeah, of course.
So first, thank you for the about people that haven't bought YoloBox is because they said they want the setup look big and complex so they can charge the client more somehow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what's your take on this?
I had our boss who started the television channel. This is a little bit of a ramble. He was an executive in the original IKEA. So he worked with Ingvar Kamprad, the guy who started IKEA, in the lighting department. So he was one of the original bosses. So by the time we worked with him in his late 60s, starting a TV channel, he was like, everything has to look big. And I was like, but Buria, big is heavy, big is breaking my back. Can't we get like a, we had those big monitors, but they had started coming out with the smaller ones. I could have saved like a couple vertebrae. There are two ways to think about it. On the one hand, I think that people are getting more and more aware of and accepting of the fact that you can get top quality out of smaller products. Yeah, and again, please, I'm coming from, I started with the big XD cameras that were like 400 pounds on my shoulder, and that's what people wanted for professional. Now, if you show up with a little EOS R, like a Canon or a Sony A-series camera, people understand that you can get good quality out of that. So I do think that the perception has shifted. For the people who want to charge more because of the look, I would say it's more about the function. Like Apple just released the tiniest iPhone ever, and I guarantee you they're charging more for that than they did the last one. Right? So I would say to the clients, you don't want to carry around the old Motorola phone anymore. Why would you want us to carry around cameras that just look big when the smaller ones are so much more powerful, so much sharper, and have so many more tools in them to allow us to create a better product for you? And I often would refer back to other things that we've done. We've shown people different scenarios where we've had success. We document a lot of the stuff that we do just for that reason. And churches are a great example of that. We have installed in churches, especially over COVID, a lot of broadcast systems because they wanted to be able to reach their people. And the argument is, on the one hand, you have people who want it to look big, they want it to look broadcast, but you can talk to them. But if you want that, it's also going to cost you a huge amount of money, and you're not gaining any actual benefit to that. And when you start talking about those dollar figures, they tend to appreciate the smaller systems.
The other side of the coin has also been that many of the ones we have built the systems in, they realize that they can't keep them safe because they're out in the open. The YoloBox you can put in a box, put it in a case, lock it, nobody can touch it. So you can keep your stuff safe. You can get into places you had to say no to if you had the big gear. Like some places you can't actually physically fit with the big box and all the cables, then the people can't actually fit to do their concert or whatever because you're taking all the space. In this case, you fit.
One time we actually had to repair a jib live during a concert, and again, my wonderful ex-IKEA boss came along, and if he had seen how I actually repaired it, he would have lost his mind. So we built the big black box over the repair that I made so that it could still work. What happened was the zoom and the focus ring on the end of the camera, we had a boom arm that was,
7 meters long with the control
panel. Oh yeah, 7 meters. It was, so it's not like you can crawl up on the boom in a concert. I don't know if anybody ever heard of the band Jerusalem. It was a big band in the 80s. It was their concert. So he would have had an absolute meltdown if he realized that the only way I was able to fix it in time was to go to the toy store and buy some Lego Technic and fix it with Lego Technic motors.
So we controlled the zoom and the focus with a little...
With a Lego control, but we had to put a box around it all so that it didn't look like Lego. I think results matter. And of course, you can always put up more cameras if you really want to and still use the better stuff. But this is a product that has everything in it. I mean, if I was going to set up a studio for somebody today, exactly. You save out on so many things. You save out on the monitor, you save out on the recording device, you save out on the streaming equipment. and you get a mixer all in one, plus with audio.
Yeah.
Our only big request is for better audio mixer inside of it.
Even an external one would be okay with a couple of XLRs to just link in.
And now it's on the record.
Yes, it's on camera now.
Yeah. So I don't know if that helps at all.
Thank you. I think that's all excellent points that we can use to convince those who like question you.
And again, if I could say, both the church world and the broadcast world, this is a product that if you guys get more people out actively selling, in Scandinavia, the big sellers who are carrying you, they're not really pushing the gear. I was, after being the main technician at our channel, I ended up eventually being the vice CEO of our channel and in charge of all purchasing. And I would have people come to us, sales guys coming to us, and they're not pushing equipment like this. They're still pushing big 4A boards or big Grass Valley boards.
Bigger's better.
And it's not what you need. You need stuff that is going to help you actually reach people. There's a Swedish company called Next Edition that we work with, and your system paired with it perfectly. It was the playout system that we chose and we were working with, and they could take so many live RTMP or NDIs in. So we could take as many YoloBoxes direct into the live broadcast as we needed to. We could have somebody interviewing someone up in Stockholm, somebody down in Malmö, in Göteborg, and all have it come right to our studio seamlessly and mix it into the broadcast with our live event without any issues whatsoever, compared to having to check if we had all the things we needed for the traditional transmitters for broadcast. So again, results matter, and having a good testimony about how the results actually boost the outcome, or the newer equipment boosts the outcome, I think is a good argument. Don't miss out on actually pushing your distributors to sell to the churches, to sell to the broadcasters. When I was doing sports, if I had this instead of a big uplink box and the giant camera and everything else I needed, I would have been so much happier. And again, I would have saved some vertebrae in my 40s. Thank you guys so very much. And we really appreciate it.
So let's welcome next speaker. Do you have the slides? For, do we have the slides for the?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donovan Kerssenberg. I also started just like most of you. Oh, sorry. Mic check. Let's try again. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donovan Kerssenberg. Just like most of you, I started in the broadcast world. I used to work on a TV program for the Dutch version of MTV called Game Kings. It was a Dutch television show about the newest video games. And of course, we started on TV, and later on, we went on to do to go on the web, make videos on the web, and later on, we would love to do things like live streams. They didn't call it live streams back then, just like live broadcasts on the web, and there weren't really services that could do that in that time. So we had to do everything for ourselves. They told me, as the IT guy and the video guy and the video specialist, to create something like that. So I, together with some web providers, I created a web server, a video web server, where we would stream our video to, and from there it will be broadcasted to every viewer that would come to our website and check out the video. So that's how we started. And of course, that was very expensive, and we had to have all the bandwidth in our own building. So it was really quite something to do. And that was only the technical web broadcasting part. Of course, you still had to connect all the cameras. we started with the gigantic Sony Anycast devices, and we experimented with different setups from the several competitors. And then came Blackmagic, of course. Everyone here also worked with Blackmagic. So we switched to ATEM and tried all that, and it worked, and it was nice. It was still big and bulky, but a lot smaller than and cheaper than all the other setups that we had. Of course, there was the problem that the ATEMs were very sensitive to the types of video streams that you connect to it. Of course, you can configure your cameras to use, do 50 FPS full HD. But then you had, because we were a gaming company, we had gaming consoles, and the PSP has a different resolution than the Xbox 360, which has a different resolution than the Sega Dreamcast. So that was quite something. Converters on converters on converters. So. Yeah, and after that, of course, broadcast systems like Justin TV came along, and Justin TV is now Twitch. I don't work in the television world anymore, but I always kept video. The video bug never left me, so I worked for other companies doing video stuff, doing also tech stuff. And after that, I decided to stream for myself. And I chose Twitch because I do not only do stuff in the tech journalism world, I'm also still active in the gaming world, in gaming news world. So I decided to go mobile, to go to different conferences and to show the viewers, what's out there. And I was looking for a nice solution, and I tried with different mobile phones and other mobile solutions like the Raspberry Pi in combination with some HD on-site video encoder, and then push everything up in the air with 4G and 5G. And it worked, but it was a little bit finicky. So, and then I met the people of YoloLiv, and I got to try and review the YoloBox Mini, which was ideal for me because, of course, there are, in the time that I started with YoloLiv, there were already a lot of IRL streamers that use a smartphone or the streaming back with different encoders. Yes. But because I stream games and go to companies or places like Gamescom and Devcom, the developers want to show their games, and of course you can film the screen, but that's not really professional. So then you had to have another encoder or a capture device, and then you have to connect that to a smartphone and stuff like that, and then hope that everything gets in well. But the YoloBox has, of course, extra HDMI ports, so I could just plug the HDMI port from the console or the PC in the YoloBox, and it just works. So it was ideal for me. And of course, most of the people use the YoloBox mobile. I always say semi-mobile because they use it. They go to a spot and then install everything there and do their stuff. And I walk around on venues or go to special events with a YoloBox on a Steadicam. And so I use the SIM card in combination with some fallback with a hotspot, and live and stream that way and broadcast that way, and it works very well. Of course, back in the day there were still a few features I was missing because Twitch works with web-based assets, and back then YoloBox wasn't really able to use those web assets, so I had to make some new ones, especially on the YoloBox, for the YoloBox. And that worked, and of course, throughout the years, there's a lot of more possibilities within that. But still, the YoloBox Mini was, of course, it's a device where you have to plug in cameras and other stuff. But now, finally, there is that beautiful thing over there. The camera, it has already a camera, so that I think that would be a great addition for live streamers. So I'm very happy that YoloLiv is making stuff like that, and I'm very eager to test it. But I just wanted, to check with you guys, because I think I'm the only one here that actually uses the YoloBox while walking around and going to, so not being on one place, but just wandering around different places, outside, inside. If there are any questions about how I do that, or if there are any things that I occur, now's the time to ask me. And if there aren't any questions, then I guess my explanation was very good.
How do you connect when you walk around outside? How do you connect to the web?
Usually with a SIM card in the YoloBox, or with a hotspot. I've a hotspot which I tested from different companies, which had the possibility to do network bonding, so you can use two networks at the same time, and it switches from provider to provider depending on which connection is the best.
Which provider do you use? Which one do you use?
Which
provider?
Which provider? Well, it depends. Sometimes, most of the time, it's Odido. Odido has a very nice subscription for unlimited internet, which is really unlimited, because some of the providers say it's unlimited, but after 2 or 5 gigabytes, they cap your speed, and they say, yeah, fair use policy, blah blah blah. Not Odido. So. Yeah, it's terrible. Yes, because sometimes, and that's something that really irritates me. And when I'm abroad, it sometimes still happens to me. Then they say, yeah, it's unlimited. So give us $200, and then you can stream all you want. And then after half a day, the connection fails because I only have like 500 kilobit upload, and they say, yes, sorry, fair use policy. And they never told me, when I asked them, what is the fair use policy? They say, we don't know, we can tell.
We ran into that in Canada. Sweden, no problem. Canada, they feather everything.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, so that's also why I use my normal SIM card in combination with the hotspot, with different connections. And that's usually the lifesaver.
How do you set up the bonding?
Well, the bonding is done by the device itself, the hotspot. The hotspot has bonding capabilities, but the YoloBox also has network bonding. So sometimes it depends in which country I am. Sometimes I use the hotspot. Sometimes I use the YoloBox network bonding.
That's awesome. We should try that.
Any more questions? No more questions? Great. Well, thank you very much for your time. It has been a great pleasure to use the YoloBox products. I'm very happy with it, and I hope that I have the possibility to test this one, because that would mean one less extra external camera to carry around. So, thank you.
Thank you. And now let's welcome our last speaker for today. No, okay.
Oh, sorry.
We all do.
Another mic check.
Two mics.
One mic.
One mic's enough. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Sedok. I'm local. I'm not from Amsterdam. I'm from the area of Rotterdam. And I'm also not in broadcasting. I'm also not in film or any of that stuff. My background is IT guy. From the streets, kind of strange. and I'm a bit of a facilitator. So how I came to be in this world is like, I know a lot of people, they do a lot of stuff, and they wanted to film, and then they come to me because I have a lot of friends and they know about me. So they start and talk about, okay, we want to do an event, and do you know someone with cameras or broadcasting stuff? And I said, okay, I'll fix it for you. Talk to a couple of people and fix everything for the people to do their broadcasting, their streaming or whatever. And because of that, I came in touch with a lot of stuff, also YoloBox, also Blackmagic cameras and all their equipment. And yeah, kind of nerdy like that, so I'm starting to open up boxes and looking what's inside, looking at the firmware, and started programming a bit, and that's the way I kind of rolled into this this whole stuff. Where it started exploding with working with YoloLiv is actually another piece of equipment, and it's the 360 camera stuff. Yeah, you guys don't know it? I see a couple of people. And the strange thing about it was, guys came to me. Yeah, we want it, and then okay, check it for us. And then I fixed it for them. But the problem was this: that it's set up in a way that you either have to use your phone or have to use a camera, and then you have to get like a prescription from a company to get all your graphics put on top of your footage to directly give it out to your customer. And most of the time, those subscriptions are expensive. They're really expensive. They're like, I don't know, $1,000 a year or something. So after a while, I was looking at the YoloBox and the abilities on it. I was like, you know what? What if we combine YoloBox with a camera, put it on the arm, have it spin around, and sort out a way to stream the footage to the people? And that's seemed to work out pretty good, and it saved them a lot of money. So that's how we started using the YoloBox a bit more. I was checking it actually from the original to the extreme. I think I'm maybe the one of the first people that bought the extreme here in Holland and started checking it out and looking at the possibilities with it. Great, it's great. I think you guys already mentioned it, the audio possibilities. The mix is really a plus if you get that on it. The cameras, I still want to check it. I haven't seen them yet. Yeah, I've seen it online. The new, I think that's the new one. Or is the one that's streaming, the streaming camera? That's the new one, okay. Yeah, I'm for theater and all kind of strange way how I got the gig. And I had to speak with a couple of people to set up the event. And everything went wrong. We had PTC cameras, and the cameras is just going like all over the place. And so after a while, I was like, you know what? Go in the car, get the get the YoloBox. We had to activate the NDIs on the PTCs, and then I still had the little the deck, the YOLO deck, and I was able to control the PTCs from the. So after it was set up in no time, so that really saved me. And actually, from that time, and it's about I think 3/4 of a year ago that happened. After that, I said, you know what? We keep working with that. It's best. It's portable. You don't have to like fill up your whole car with a lot of stuff. You just bring the YoloBox with you, if you have like 2 PTCs or 3 and a couple of mics, you're ready to go. So in a nutshell, that's my story. If you have questions, you can ask me anything. So no questions? Then that's it.
So basically, I guess that's
yeah, so blue light.
okay. Thanks. That's everything for today's presentation. The customer stories. I think it's for me it's very fulfilling to hear so many wonderful customer stories, and I really appreciate that you come here like to spend this afternoon together with us. And last but not least, and we have prepared some little gift from us. We have this bag and also a T-shirt for a different size. So everyone, if you want, get one. And also we have we want to do lucky draw, but we decided to everyone who are here, if you are thinking of to get the YoloBox in future, in the next month, we have the coupon for everyone. Some are small, some are big. So this is lucky draw. You can get a coupon and it'll be 10% off, maybe 20% off, but this is random. So yeah, basically this is the last part, and maybe we can do a picture together somewhere around this building. I guess that'll make it memorable in our social media, for our social media. And yes, and thanks again. And if you want to get your hands on, you still can after the event or at our booth. I forgot what the booth number is, but I'm sure you'll find it in the hall in the IBC. So basically, and the users, thank you. We've been streaming together for almost 2 or 3 hours, and so once again, thank you for watching online and offline. Thank you for being here, and thanks, and bye-bye, at least here. Thank you, bye-bye.